Welcome back to No Ordinary Path. Thanks for joining us again today. This is a Real Talk Tuesday, but today it's a travel nurse takeover. I am super excited. I'm out here in the desert taking a little walk with Cinder. There's Whitney in the background. Come on, Smooch. I wanted to talk today specifically to my travel nurses and, travel medical professionals, maybe doesn't necessarily have to be nurses, about some things that they can do and learn about, and maybe some suggestions for how to pair yourself with an awesome recruiter.
So you're a recruiter? That I am.
There's tons and tons of information out there, guys, about travel nurse companies. Which company's the best? What companies have the best benefits? If you have a recruiter that you don't mesh well with, it's just the best company can become one of the worst experiences. So making sure that you are set up with someone that really matches what you want, your personality, and your needs is really good. So some of the things to look for in your recruiter. Communication is going to be key in this business, and your recruiter is your front point person to contact in terms of with things with the hospital, with whatever contract you're taking, when it comes to things that are going great, but also when things are not going great. How easy are they to get a hold of? Most places will suggest, at least within 48 hours. If you contact them and you don't hear back from your recruiter within 48 hours, that's a danger zone. Most of the people that I've worked with get back with me within half the time. It's hours, honestly. Now, I will say this to my recruiters out there that may be watching this video. Travel nurses, listen, we also have to be respectful of their time. They have lives too. I know it seems like, it's all about us, right? But it's not. When you are first paired with a recruiter, you might want to ask them, what are your hours? When's your time off? Do you have time off? Because, we have a tendency to work 3 days a week. And then, a weekend is not necessarily a weekend like it is to everyone else, to us, because of the way our schedules work. How can you get a hold of them? Do they text? Do they email? Do they call? How personal is it? Do you have to filter through 4 or 5 people before you can get to them? Things like that. All right, open and honest. What I mean here is with your recruiter being your contact person for your assignments, they're the ones that go out there and find the jobs for you. And when I say, okay, look, I've got my family with me and I don't want to work in some slightly dangerous area, I'm going to expect my recruiter to know that and say, okay, well, these jobs he's not necessarily willing to take. But you're going to want your recruiter to be able to say, you know what, I don't know if this assignment is going to fit you. We've got one. Here's the option. It's nice if they present it to you and then you can make the choice. What's the reimbursement rate? Are you getting the best that you can get? Can you honestly ask your recruiter that and feel like they will give you an honest answer? If you feel like that, if you have that kind of relationship, then you're golden already.
What you gonna do, Derek? Show me the money! Congratulations, you're still my agent.
I'm going to trust my recruiter to know that they have my best interests at heart too, because it's a partnership. They are working with me and I'm working with them and through their company. Just like I represent right now Atlas in my job where I work, I want to be the best that I can, and I want to show this hospital that I'm working at that Atlas sends them good people, because I feel like they're doing good for me, and so I want to do good for them. The recruiters are the same way. The recruiters represent their company. I work with a recruiter that represents Atlas Medical Group, and I trust her to be good so that the reputation continues. It's just a cycle.
Help me! Help you. Help me.
Okay, personal. I know some recruiters that send birthday gifts and Christmas presents and all sorts of stuff like that to their nurses or their travelers. I like my recruiter to know that I have a family. What are my children's names? What's unique about me? What's unique about my family? Does my recruiter know that I have a YouTube channel? Do they watch my YouTube channel? Stuff like that. And what's special for you? What's important to you? And again, travelers, it's our job to tell our recruiter those things. You can't expect your recruiter to know the things that are important to you if you don't tell them. Are they experienced in their field? What kind of background do they have? Do they ever work in healthcare? So that's going to lead us into the questions. I'm going to cover that on another little segment here later, as it is date night. We are about to go drop the kids off, and Kristen and I are going to go out and get some food and grub and maybe go see a movie. I'm super excited.
You and Johnny should spend some time together. What do you call it again? Date night?
Come on, Johnny. Date night.
Well, back again after another long day of work.
Bad day, huh?
If you want to get to know your recruiter, these are some of the questions you can ask. Are you a single point contact company, or are you a multiple point contact company? What that means is that you have one recruiter to one travel nurse and they talk, and that's it. Your recruiter is your go-to person within that company. Now, they may get sick, they may go on vacation, they may have babies, who knows what happens, or they may get promoted. That happens too. Nevertheless, one point of contact. This is my preference. I like having one person that is my go-to. Like, the other option, of course, is the multiple contact. There are companies that work like this. So you have your recruiter who you work with, but then you have agency specialists that may work with, the Phoenix area. And so you work with your recruiter plus the specialists that specialize in their regions and their hospitals. It's not bad. It's just one of those things that I like having my one person.
I need a person.
This one's kind of fun and is maybe one of the awkward questions to ask. How do you, as the recruiter, make your travel nurses feel special? This may not necessarily be what the recruiter does. It could be what the company does through the recruiter. It can be awkward because you don't want to ask like, hey, are you going to send me some Christmas gifts? Or, hey, are you going to, you do stuff like that? But at the same time, you are the commodity nurse. Is there other things that you do maybe that I don't know about that, are additional perks? And don't be afraid to ask it. You might find out that the company does some really neat, exciting, and special things that you didn't know about. Thank you for watching. Please, if you like it, hit subscribe. There'll be more of this stuff. The last thing here, guys, if you've got questions, if you've got topics that you want to hear about, I've been a nurse for a while now. I've done a lot of different kinds of nursing. Ask. I will make videos about them. So anyway, thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you later.